Carmen, hello. Welcome.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you for coming all the way from Michigan too. That's pretty cool.
It's only -1 there right now.
Yeah, well, at least we could offer you a little bit of weather.
Yeah, I got to golf today. It's good.
Yeah, that was nice. It was nice. It was, it's very rare, especially living in Michigan, to be able to play golf in January.
Except
So,
X golf,
yeah,
indoors.
yeah, yeah. We got out there today. We played. We had fun. Little cold for me, but for you, probably more like springtime.
I mean, you're in a hoodie and I am not.
Yeah, yeah. I thawed out, man, as soon as the first year I was here, probably. Um, it's I don't know. I'm glad we played golf though,
Same.
especially just before Ice Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'll be in 80-degree weather for that, so
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
laughing at you then.
yeah. Well, it's fine. We had a good time. We had good meal, and now we're sitting down to have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about it?
Weirded out.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I understand. Just it's one of those things you just got to think like it's just me and you talking, and then you can just watch it however many times you want after the fact. But so the idea here, I know you know this. Just kind of tell your story, your life story, share experiences and all that. And much like everybody else, just kind of want to start with well, first of all, you live in Michigan.
I do.
Okay. And you've lived in Michigan your whole life?
I was born in South Philadelphia and moved to Thompsonville, Michigan, which is a little blink and you miss it up north town, just about 45 minutes south of Traverse City. Moved there when I was 1 and left when I was 3. And then been in Michigan most of the time. Left and went to Houston, Texas for about 8 months when I was young and came back.
You escaped for 8 months. And you
Yeah.
went back.
And then I've lived in the Taylor area most of my life and left that and numerous times and ended up back in Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that story a lot.
It's like crack. It just calls you back.
Yeah, I will say, man, like I always say about Michigan that I miss the people. I don't miss the weather, and I don't like there's certain foods and certain, I guess, like staples that I miss, but most of which I can order on the internet. And,
Yeah, you can get it mailed.
yeah, I don't know, man. Like again, we played golf today in January. We weren't doing that. What did you say the temperature is right now?
In Michigan right now is -1.
Mm-hmm. Pass. What's the wind chill feel like? -11,
9.
9. Ugh, yeah, no. Okay. Well, so born in Philadelphia
Yep.
and moved to Michigan. I'm sorry, what age were you when you moved?
A year, maybe? A year old?
Okay. So pretty much all of your recollection of life is Michigan based.
Yes.
Okay. So what was that like? Bring me to the childhood times. Like what was it like growing up and in Michigan and like what were you into? Like just give me a rundown.
When I remember, like, I lived in northern Michigan. I was 3, 4 years old. I'd get on a bicycle and be gone.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
And I'm talking miles away from home. Kid across the street, his name was Dusty. I'm horrible with names, but I remember his name.
Yeah.
He was like 13 or 14. We'd go fishing and shit. So then another kid that lived down the street was 16 or 17. He had a dune buggy, and we'd go ride up Crystal Mountain in the summertime.
Oh, Crystal Mountain. Yeah.
But that was back when it was just a ski resort. They didn't have the golf. They didn't have anything else. They were only open during the or during the wintertime for
Really?
skiing.
Okay.
Now you can't even get close to that place at any time of the year. It's
Yeah.
like summertime is, golf, and they have all these vacation areas around it. But back then it was just a hill with some ski lifts and you went skiing.
Interesting.
Mm.
I've only ever been to Crystal Mountain. I remember a friend of mine growing up took me there for like a weekend or something, and we played golf, which I remember that. And I didn't ski. And obviously we golfed, so like there wasn't skiing. But that's that's the only time I'd ever been there.
It's a cool place.
Yeah,
It's quiet. And other than the very touristy area of Crystal Mountain,
sure.
but the surrounding areas, I mean, if you like to be in nature, you like to go camping, you like to go hunting, you like to go fishing, it's the place to be.
Yeah,
Oh, you want to go on a four-wheeler? Sure, jump on a four-wheeler, find a power line, and go on it for hundreds of miles.
yeah.
And when I lived in Traverse City just a few years ago, I'd get on my four-wheeler, put a 5-gallon can of gas, a cooler, some food, case of beer, and a little tent, and I would jump on the power line. The power line behind my house went from Traverse City to Gaylord. And on a four-wheeler, it took a day to do it.
Hmm.
But I'd just stop along spots and camp and have a little fire and drink beers on the weekend. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's a different way to do it, like, and I think that everything now is so. And I know you did that like fairly recently, but
2013 through 2017.
yeah. So I mean, that's with everything being instant and like orderable and don't have to leave your couch, like to say I got on my four-wheeler and just packed
Oh,
myself up and rode down the road. That's pretty awesome.
and the power lines were directly behind my house.
Yeah,
So
so it's not like you get lost as
no.
long as you followed it, right? Mm.
Oh, and there's just trails everywhere. So you'd be going, and then you'll see some trails. Oh, what's that way?
Yeah,
Just go explore.
as long as you could find the power line, you were good. It's
Mm.
kind of like the North Star of the trip.
I mean, I had a phone that had GPS if
Sure.
I was gonna get too lost, but no, it never got to that.
Well, and sometimes up there, though, I mean, the service is a little spotty sometimes.
Well,
So,
when I moved up there, I had Sprint,
uh-huh.
and it was horrible.
Yeah.
And then I switched to Verizon, and it was fine.
Well, so, you touched on, when you were younger, fishing, hanging
Mhm.
out with neighborhood kids, Dusty.
Yep.
Yeah. And
It's
so
crazy that I remember his name.
I know, I listen, man, I don't, you can give me a quiz on some names. You give me a lineup of faces. I could tell you I know that person or I don't know that person. Names, nope.
Horrible with names.
Yeah, it's not my brain doesn't operate like that either. But you know, uh, I guess so it sounds like you had a pretty standard childhood.
Yeah.
Kind of just scrape your knees, have fun, get out there, do your thing. I know you still enjoy fishing today.
I don't fish nearly as much as I wish I could, as I just don't have the time anymore. It's like I have other hobbies,
Yeah.
I golf now. I have a motorcycle. It's like I travel for work. So if I'm home for a weekend, I'm trying to golf and ride the motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's like it's like I have to choose. It's
Yeah.
like I got too many hobbies and not enough time to do it.
You ever do ice fishing?
I hate ice fishing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like fun to me at
It's not.
all. Yeah.
I mean, I've tried it without a shanty. I've tried it in a shanty. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Because even fishing, I don't like to still fish.
Yeah.
I like to cast and
Mhm.
reel, something to do. But ice fishing, you're just sitting there. But people that love it have the best of times. They just have a
Yeah.
great big party on the ice.
Yeah. I have several friends that love to ice fish and I'll see like their videos and stuff and I'm like, that looks like the worst time I could
It
ever
does
have.
not
Like,
look fun at all.
no. And you know what I always and I know that like the lake freezes and that's very thick ice and all of that, but it always freaks me out that you sit in a little box and you have a heater in there and you're on ice.
Mhm.
And it's like, well,
Heat rises.
I know, but still, it just like I don't know, something about it.
Mm.
It's kind of like the way planes fly. Like it just doesn't in my brain click where I'm like that makes sense. I can't. Mm-mm. But so okay, so you grew up that way. Tell me a little bit about like so your generation is I think like one behind me if I'm not the way generations go or one
Uh,
above me I should say,
yeah,
right?
one older.
Yeah.
I'm the ending of Gen X.
Okay. And yeah, so I mean, like our experience growing up is a little bit different, um, and also very similar because we grew up in similar area.
Yeah.
Um, so tell me a little bit about, like sounds like your really young years, you were just out and about doing normal stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
then like let's say I don't know, teenage years. What are teenage years like for you?
Well, you know the area I grew up, Eureka and Telegraph.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday mornings, get up, have cereal, and get out the door before the parents woke up. So I didn't have any chores to do
Yeah.
and be gone all day. I mean, start sixth, seventh grade, I'd be on my bike. I rode my bike from Eureka on Telegraph into Ohio,
Yeah.
in seventh grade.
Yeah. And
So
that's like 30 miles roughly.
36, 37
Yeah.
miles. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild how different things are now.
I think they were worse then. You just hear about it quicker now.
That could be. That could be. That's a good
Uh,
point. Yeah.
like back when I was a kid, you'd hear about somebody getting abducted like months after it
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
Now somebody can get abducted in Alaska and everybody on the planet knows about it in 35 seconds.
Yeah, that's very true. That's something I didn't think about, with everybody. And what I think we talked about this a little bit too, or earlier when we were eating dinner, and it was like, you miss the times when phones didn't have cameras.
Oh, I don't miss them. I'm glad that they didn't when I was growing up. I'd still be in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of good that comes with those things.
Mhm.
To your point, even right now, like talking about, if something happens that's preventable or dangerous, or to just
Instantaneous.
yeah, and everybody can know so that we can be on the lookout or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of it like that. Yeah, it's very strange, man. Even when I was growing up, I mean, my parents kept a pretty good eye on me and kept tabs on me pretty well, but I didn't have a cell phone. I would take my bike out, go play basketball for hours at Sudman Park, those kind of
Mhm.
things. And, my parents would always give me the, like, you better check in. So,
Yep.
like, even if you don't have a cell phone, find a payphone. If you can't find a payphone, I hope one of your friends has a cell phone. If they don't, you better show up here and say hello, kind
Cell
of a
phones
thing.
weren't a thing when I was young,
Yeah.
and they didn't become a thing until I'll say I was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
Before then, it was pagers.
Yeah.
Like you would call the pager, type in your phone number, and I would have to find a payphone and call you back.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother had one of those. And looking at it now, it seems super silly because, we have cell phones and, essentially everything at your fingertips.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, having a pager was like the coolest thing.
yep. Especially when you first got it and nobody knew your number, and even if they did, who's gonna page you?
Right.
You'd be walking through Southland Mall, 15 years old, flip it off, flip it back on to make it go beep beep beep. It's like make you feel, you see some girls, you feel like, what's
Yeah.
up, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a page.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Right.
It's like the original text me,
Right.
because I know there was like codes as
Oh, yeah.
well that people would send. It wouldn't necessarily be a phone number, but like you knew by the code like who it was and
Oh,
what they
yeah.
needed and stuff. Uh, Different times, man. Simpler
Yep.
times.
Like my buddy Joe would always put 703 behind it. Spells out Joe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
It's like 703 spells out Joe.
Man, what a clever way.
Yep.
That's solid. Yeah. So okay, in on this sort of topic, in your opinion, were were those times, because I have my own thought about this, so I want to kind of compare. Like the times when there weren't phones, the internet wasn't like really popping like it is now and whatever. What do you think like the key difference between the two of those things are? Like now versus that. Like what's the big thing that sticks out to your mind in your mind of like
Human interaction.
yeah.
It's like having to pay attention to what you said,
Mhm.
your actions towards other people, because if they weren't on the up and up, there's a real good chance you're getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and just knowing how to talk to people. I've been around younger people now, they'll be sitting right next to each other, texting each other instead of talking to
Yeah.
each other. It's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
It's like, that's just the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah. It is odd, and I I agree with you. That was actually exactly what I was gonna say is, the human interaction. It's strange because this that I'm doing is it's kind of part of the purpose of it, right? Is just sit down, have a conversation.
Right?
Doesn't matter who it is. Like, so far I've been able to sit down with a couple people that I obviously I know. You got to start with people that you know that are willing to come and sit down and talk to you. But eventually I'll run out of people I know that want to sit down and talk to me, and I'm gonna have to talk to strangers.
I think that's when it'll get interesting.
I do too. And I think that we miss that, and I think that there's something dangerous and long term that will be a really big problem, and that's the hiding behind the screen part of like that and the keyboard warrior and all that. Like, because
Yep.
eventually there will be no generation of person who ever had to be punched in the face.
At my time, it was a telephone tough guy.
Oh,
It's like, you talk real tough on the telephone. Now you got the keyboard warriors.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Telephone tough guy. I've never heard that one
oh, yeah.
before. Yeah. I just, and again, it's odd because this is what I'm doing then goes out onto a platform that you would need a phone or a TV or something for. But still, nonetheless, I think that there's value in like a real conversation. There's value in turning your phone off or on do not disturb while you're at dinner with a friend or whatever. And I know we're all guilty of it. I know I've been guilty of it. I'm sure you've been guilty of it. It's just super distracting, and it's really difficult to retain the information and maintain the conversation when you're constantly distracted by something else.
Yeah, I know a couple people that you'll be talking to them and their phone will go off, and
Yeah.
it's like, we're in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
Um, now I'll say my little half jokingly, half snide comment about it. What? Oh, no, no, just be a second.
Yeah. I
It's like,
I've done it. I know I've been guilty of it. And especially for me, it's always like I have to at least check and see who it is to make sure it's not a issue or somebody
right.
needs something, and then I'm cool with putting it down. I don't know. I just think it's like an overstimulation thing. There's just so many. Everyone's available to everyone at all times. When it used to be, we had to like call a house phone, hope they were home, or go knock on a door. It's just different, man. It's
Growing up,
just
it was ride around the neighborhood and go to all your buddies' houses and see where the bikes were.
yeah,
That's where they were all hanging out.
yeah. So in saying that, what were some of the things that you guys? You're younger. Your bike is your mode of transportation. Like you said, Saturday, get out of the house before the parents give you a list of chores. Man, that hit home. I remember that. And from there, what are you getting into while you're on your bike besides going maybe to Ohio and back?
Finding an empty field, like a lot where there's no house and empty field, or play baseball, would play football. Oh, so and so got a new portable basketball. So out in the middle of the street playing basketball. We used to play tackle football on the asphalt.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it wasn't two hand touch. We'd get snow days. That was the greatest thing ever because, being in junior high, full tackle football in like 10 inches of snow is just the funnest thing ever.
Yeah.
And you get smoked and it didn't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Dude, snow football.
mm, you don't go very fast, but it's fun.
Yeah. Man, we used to get together and do that too. And that is really a lot of fun. It's weird because everything in the snow, although it really technically was slower, like you said, you couldn't really go very fast, couldn't really get good momentum going. There was something about snow football that like made you feel like everything was exaggerated. Like, you got hit and you slid
Oh,
forever,
yeah.
or, like, when you dove and you caught it and you slid, and if you had hit somebody, it just felt like you hit them so much harder, and yeah, man, because you're all and on top of that, like, not only are you not falling down on the hard ground,
Mhm.
but, like, you're packed with
Right.
clothes.
Yeah, you got all your winter coats on and,
Yeah.
snowsuits and moon boots.
Man. Mm.
I haven't seen a pair of moon boots in years.
Yeah, I just I will say, I give Michigan a lot of a hard time, especially after being gone,
Yeah.
but, like, that memory unlock for me right
Uh,
now is that was cool. I remember snow
uh,
football, that was fun.
and shagging behind a mail truck, on the snow. You wait for the mail truck to stop at a mail post or mailbox, get up behind it, grab a hold of its bumper, and just drag you around.
Oh, I never
You
did
go
that one.
shagging, yeah.
I never did that
It's
one.
good
And
times.
there's a term for it, which is even
Shagging,
yeah,
yeah.
that's that's funny. So, I mean, I guess, again, it sounds like in your coming up years, like when you're really kind of just, hang with your friends, be outside
That was
and
life.
yeah, yeah. And so what about school? What's school like for you?
Uh, I got bored real easy at school, so, like, when something new was being taught, pay attention,
Yeah.
and then they'd go over it and over it, and it's in my I was like, "Okay, I understand this, get on to something new, I'm bored," so I would just start causing problems, and I was in trouble a lot. In 5th grade, I was placed in 6th grade. 6th grade, I was placed in 7 I didn't pass these class, I was
Yeah.
placed in the next grade. Then went to junior high in 7th, same thing, placed in 8th grade. Then got to 8th grade. Kennedy High School wouldn't let me in. I had to go from 8th grade junior high to Titan, which is an adult education school. It's where the bad kids go.
Mm,
And I had to go there for a year and prove myself before I could go back to a regular high school that I never went to begin with.
interesting.
Mm,
And is that because you were in trouble all the
all the
time?
time. Mm,
So, and you mentioned the fact that you feel like you got in trouble a lot because you were bored.
I was bored,
Yeah. So,
and it just didn't interest me.
yeah. That's, I
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this, but, like, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot with a lot
Mm,
of kids, even nowadays, because, school has changed different.
mhm.
It's very different now. And, there's a lot of online and this and that, and, stay home for so many days. But, like, a lot of the kids that I've seen that are in, like, the alternative schools,
Oh,
they say, "I'm just bored. Like, I don't wanna sit here. I don't wanna listen
mm.
to this." You'd think by now they would figure out a way to do better
Um,
than that, but
Everything tries to be a one size fits all, and that's why they go over things over and over again because like me, I was lucky. You could teach me something once and I might hear it twice and I'd understand.
yeah,
Not everybody's that way.
that's true. Yeah.
And some people have to hear it, have to see it, have to do it, and then hear it again before they completely grasp it. And that's not just schoolwork. There's a lot of things that are that way.
Yeah.
It's like work on a car, which kids nowadays don't do. I was a tinkerer growing up. It's like I can't tell you how many times I would take apart my parents' electronic stuff, put it back together just to see, hey, how's this come apart? Oh, it goes back. Oh shit, I got extra pieces. Well, it
Oh,
still works. Okay, I'll be fine.
yeah.
And those extra pieces would disappear, so nobody saw them.
Yeah.
So then it would work. So did
Yeah.
something all right.
Yeah. And I think too, like that's like I said, man, I think that I've heard that so many times where I was just bored. I didn't want to cause trouble. I didn't want to do, and some kids just have issues, at home or whatever that like they'll fight, more so or cause different kind of trouble.
Well, in school, causing the issues because I'm bored, you get a giggle here and there, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do it more.
Yeah.
And then you're the quote unquote class clown, and Like, all through school, my parents at the or the parent-teacher conferences, "He's got so much ability if he would just apply himself." Heard it all the time. It's like so I had to hear it.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm bored." It's like, we went over how to divide 3 into 9 for 3 weeks. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like, I need something different. Uh, 9th grade, my first year at Titan Heights or the Titan Adult Ed, science class, open book, open note, final exam. I lost my book the 3rd day of school, and I never took a note.
Oh, no.
I scored a 97 on the final
Dang.
just because I would pay attention to when it was something new and I retained knowledge. So,
Wow.
they thought I cheated. Like, they legit thought I cheated.
Well, that's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah.
When you say you retain information, I mean, oddly enough, I back this up with real time.
If it interests me, I retain the information.
Yeah, but I mean, so you visited me here about 10 years ago.
Mhm.
We went to a restaurant, and then you came back. We thought that we knew what restaurant it was because you didn't recall the name, and I knew that we went there, but I couldn't recall the name either. In the same general vicinity of the place that we thought it was the actual place. We went there tonight.
Mhm.
You ate the food, and everything came back to you
Yep.
right then and there. They had redone the front of it. You hadn't been there in 10 years.
Right,
You
and I
only
was
been
only
there
there
once.
Right.
You said, "They redid this place since I've been here last. We sat over here. This tastes exactly the same," which kudos to them. But yeah, so like I actually saw that in real time today. So you're getting full backup on my end of you
Yeah.
retain that information.
Just take golf. We went to Kroger's once. You said it's go back this way, and I was like, "Oh, make a right here. Yep. Gotta make a left at the next light. Yep."
Yeah.
You know?
So that's an interesting, I'm going to call it a skill or an ability.
Mhm.
That's an interesting thing to have. So how has that served you since?
Never really paid attention or thought about how it does. I don't get lost.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm a human roadmap of Wayne County.
Yeah. I've been here once. I've been here
Right,
1,000 times kind of
right.
thing.
It's like, I travel for work. So we'll go somewhere and it's like I'm GPSing because I don't know where I'm at. And then I go a block down the road that we worked at and I was there for 2 months. It's like, oh, I know where I'm at now. And
Yeah.
GPS goes away.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know where I'm at now. Everything's fine.
Man, I got a GPS everywhere. If I go home, I can go anywhere you want me to for the
Mhm.
most part. Here, I GPS all the time because I still, even now, I've been here 12 years, 13 years, something like that. I still don't know my way around like I know my way around Michigan.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's very strange, but also now having not MapQuest printed directions and constant, there's a screen in your car that,
Oh,
yeah, it's a little easier, but I don't know. It's kind of a crutch because if it all went away one day, no one would know how to get anywhere.
no.
So that's a little sketchy.
It's just like cell phones. When I was young, I used to have probably 40, 50 different phone numbers memorized.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Now you don't ever dial them anymore, so they don't get ingrained. I think I know maybe 3, maybe 4.
Dang.
You know?
Come to think of it, I know my parents,
Mhm.
and I don't know their cell phone numbers
I
because
still remember my home, my childhood home's cell phone or house number.
yeah, that's the one I have in my head because
Mhm.
it's been the same since I was there, and they still have the landline. They have cell phones, but usually they're off.
Mhm.
And I, the woman I'm going to marry gives me a hard time all the time because I do not know her phone number.
You don't ever dial it. You go to her name.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Like I don't I know my own phone number and I know my parents' landline number. That's I think the only 2 numbers I can give you off the top of my head. That's
Yeah.
wild to think about because it
Mhm.
used to be write it down on a big piece of paper, put it on a
Yeah, you'd have a
board.
list on a paper,
Mhm.
and then you'd dial the number so many times, it's like, "Oh, I remember it now."
Yeah. Oh, man, that's so strange. You don't even to that point, you don't even have to dial anymore. You just find a
No.
picture and press a button.
Yeah. Or push a button that call so and so.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if they cut it off one day, we're screwed.
Yeah. I mean, smartphones make people dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. And now the AIs.
Won't ever mess with it. I've watched Terminator.
Yeah. That's fair. I will say it's fun to mess with sometimes and like using it as like a search
Mhm.
situation. It sometimes gives you a little more in depth than like a Google search will do. So it has its uses, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
it's just it is really scary. It's really scary. Um Luckily it can't necessarily, and I say this now, it couldn't replace this conversation yet,
No,
so that's cool.
it could replace the video.
Sure. Yeah, or edit it for me or
Right.
whatever, hopefully, because editing is still the biggest problem for me doing this. It's something I just gotta get better at, but
There's a lot of things that are personal touch that a computer or machine just can't do.
yeah, I think even the
Mhm.
songs that you hear, they're cool, they sound great.
They can remake them. They can't make a new one.
Yeah,
I mean, they can, but you have to give it a parameter.
yeah, and it just
And
doesn't feel the same.
there's no feeling behind it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Mhm.
It's super cool, but it's just not I don't know, man. That's one though, music in general, I think is one that's scary to me because people will say that like music has a certain kind of power
Mhm.
and certain chords and certain cadences and stuff are things that can make your brain feel a certain way. And there's a formula to like some of these hit records that get so big, and you're like, how is this so good? And why is it so popular?
Everything's stripped off the top. They're all based on the same formula.
Yeah.
But you can even go further than that. Take an old vinyl record and the warmth of the sound versus a CD or
Hmm.
digitally, it's takes you to a whole different place.
Yeah. I just wonder, because they say again, rabbit hole. You and I are both conspiracy people. We love to talk about these things, but they say that there's certain ways that songs are created that can make you feel a certain way, do certain things, want certain things, like whatever. If that's the case and we got AI making its own music, like who's to say it's not going to tell us that we got, subconsciously that
Right.
we got to do something or say something or be a certain, could be already happening.
Mhm.
Wouldn't know. Mm.
Um,
Those things are scary.
Yep. I don't, like I said, I've watched Terminator. I don't mess with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It's like, I don't want to be fighting a war against a machine.
yeah, we won't win that. Um, Well, so okay, we got through. We talked a little bit about high school. Um, Board Carmen retains
Uh,
information really well. Still went
uh,
graduated all that. What
I didn't
happened?
graduate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ninth grade did well in well enough in ninth grade. Went back to Kennedy, got in trouble at Kennedy, finished the 10th grade year, went back to Titan, was at Titan for a month, got into a fight with the softball coach, got kicked out. Then I went to Huron High School because that was the only high school that would let me in. Third day, got into a fight, got kicked out, quit school.
Really?
Yeah, and then that was in 93. Then in '04, I went to Asher and did the GED prep class and got my GED.
Okay. Okay. So GED.
Mhm.
Then what?
Well, in '04, let's see, I was already a dad twice. My daughter was born in '97, my son was in '01.
Wow.
Yeah, good times.
Dang.
I
Dang. So
was
okay.
already a dad twice and divorced once.
Wow. Okay, so touched on getting divorced. When did you get married?
Uh, I married my kid's mother December 31st of 2001. I remember the date because it was New Year's Eve and it was the year 9/11 happened.
Mm,
So it was '01.
okay.
Yeah.
And
My son was born in '01, so uh he was December 3rd of '01. So then we got married New Year's Eve.
okay, so 2 babies, then got married.
Yep.
And then what was that like after that?
For about 6 months it was great.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then all went downhill from there. And we were horrible together. And then for a little while everything was good, and we moved to Newport and got a new place, and it was the 3 of us, and my son was about to come, and everything was good. And then it just kinda went to shit, and I didn't even know it went to shit. I thought everything was still good, and then, the day after Mother's Day, I had her and her cousin Candy. Her cousin, I was like, "Take her out, it's Mother's Day, I'll stay home with the kids. Here's a couple $100, go have a good night."
Yeah.
She come home at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to leave for work at 6. Didn't Something didn't feel right, so I left work at, like, noon. I came back home, came in the house, and she was sitting at the computer. It's like, she's so I watch her for a minute, she's just playing on the computer. It's like, "We didn't have no games on it or anything, what's she playing on the computer?" Soon as she seen me, she grabbed something off the desk, ran into the bedroom, and threw it under the bed. So I go in the bedroom, pull it out. There's a bunch of little bitty sheets with dudes' names and phone numbers written on each individual piece of paper, like the size of a fortune from a fortune cookie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, this is weird. And she went into, I don't, I, ca- it was so long ago, I can't even tell you exactly what was said, but it came to the fact of, "I don't love you anymore." And I said, "Well, yeah, that would have been pertinent information 6 months ago." So I didn't fight her, didn't argue. I grabbed my TV, my clothes, my surround sound, my PlayStation, my DVD player, and I left.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're the first time because you this is twice you were married, right?
Right. This is my first marriage.
Yeah, and
My
so
kid's mom.
and this is 6 months, and that's it?
Yeah, we were together for 7 years, and we were only married from December 31st to Mother's Day. What is Mother's Day? It's in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Okay. Ho that's cr okay, that's wild, man. And
Mhm.
you were just out of, like, the I don't know, you tell me because 'cause I'm gonna get married soon. What's the time frame where you can get an annulment?
I have no idea, but there was kids involved, so it wasn't even allowed.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, huh?
I think it's you can only get an annulment, if I remember correctly, if you're entered into under false pretenses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
In the movies, they make it seem like it's the easiest thing ever,
Yeah,
but yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
Like, the judge don't even have to grant the divorce.
Really?
Yep. Judge could be like, "No, you're gonna work on it." They almost never do, but it's up to the judge to give you a divorce or not.
Wow.
Mm,
I don't plan on doing all
no.
that, but you know what? It's good information to know.
See, I'm not a religious person, but I take marriage seriously. That's why it took me all those years to she'd bug me, "When we get married? When we get married?" It's like, all we do is fight and argue. We legitimately brought the worst out of each other. We were
Yeah.
oil and water. But, like, when things were good, they were real good.
Yeah.
But when it went bad, which outweighed the good, it was real bad
Mhm.
because we were both hotheads and we both liked to push each other's buttons.
And you knew how.
It's like, "Oh, you hurt me? Well, haha, now I'm coming back at you harder."
Yeah.
It's like a one-upmanship of the wrong kind of way.
Yeah.
And we were young and stupid and didn't care, and I got with her under bad circumstances and stayed together under even worse.
Yeah. Man, 6 months though.
Mhm.
After 7,
Like, I wasn't even upset.
yeah, doesn't sound it sounds like you took it pretty well.
It's like, I wish you and there was a time when I was about us,
Mhm.
but so many fights and so many arguments, it just lost its luster.
Sure.
It was more of a how do I say this? More of a, what you know, instead of the fear of the unknown kinda thing,
Mhm.
and we were so young that it's just normal, but it was like, "This sucks," but you don't realize that it's unhealthy at that time,
Sure. Yeah.
and it's like, all we do is fight and argue. Well, like I said, when things were good, they were real good because we knew how to have a real good time together,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, not just as boyfriend, girlfriend fun time, like, we would have a good time, like, as, 2 buds getting together and
Yeah.
going out and just having a wild time,
Yeah.
and, she was the same, she was a city girl that thought she was a little thuggy girl from Rockwood, which I always thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But she hung out in Rouge and Ecorse because a lot of her friends were there, so she tried to be little Miss Thuggy, and it was hilarious because she was 5'1" and, like, 95 pounds, but thought she was 6'5" and 300 pounds. Redhead, so her mouth would run. Everything about her is the exact opposite of anything I've ever been attracted to,
Yeah.
but I ended up marrying the girl and having 2 kids with her.
So, 6 months of marriage,
Mhm.
grab all your stuff, you're out. Now
Just my personal stuff, because everything else was my kids. They needed it more than I did.
right. That's where I was kinda going with this, I guess, like, so what's that like? You know, like, you took it sounds like you took the, "Hey, I don't wanna do this anymore," pretty well.
Mhm.
But from there, then you just had a fresh baby, and you got a daughter
Yep.
who's still fairly young at that time.
She was 4 at the time.
Yeah, so, like, what's that like for you at that point?
At that point, immediate, because I had shit for credit. Everything
Mm,
was in her name to build her credit. Um, I had nowhere to go. I immediately called my mom, was like, "Hey, can I move back in?" She's like, "Yeah." I was at her house for 2 weeks, and this apartment come up. Price was right. So I moved into this apartment with what I told you I took. My clothes. I feel like I got a burp, but it ain't coming out. There it goes. My clothes, my TV, my surround sound, my DVD player, and my PlayStation.
yeah,
Ended up getting the couch that was in the walkout basement of my grandmother's lake house. It was one of them old grandma, like, couches that's almost that, burlap
yeah.
material, green with the flowers,
Mhm.
and it smelt like a lake. So I went through probably 4 bottles of Febreze on this thing, and it helped. My TV sat on a milk crate in the living room. I grabbed a folding card table out of my parents' garage with 2 folding chairs for my kitchen table and, like, plates and glasses, and so I went to the dollar store.
Yeah,
And my, uh, pots and pans were dollar store. So they worked for, like, 5 dinners, and then you had to throw them away because they were thin and just got destroyed.
dang.
Yeah.
And so at that time, what are you doing for work at that time?
At that time, I was working at a place called Metrics Research. We did, medical sterilants.
Oh, okay.
Like, you ever go to the doctor and you see that bottle on the wall that looks like baby wipes?
Yep.
We made the chemicals that went into that stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
And,
Somebody got to do it, I guess.
yeah, I worked there for 10 years? Something like that. Yeah, 10 years, I think. And when did I start there? More than 20 years ago, so it's hard to remember
Yeah,
dates.
yeah.
But yeah, I worked there for a number of years. And in that time, I ended up in '03. No, 11 maybe? I don't remember when,
That's okay.
but I ended up getting remarried.
Mm.
Thought that girl was the best thing since sliced bread, and come to find out she wasn't. Started getting very religious. She was always religious, but like she'd use the Bible to judge other people except herself,
Yeah.
then using it for arguments. Well, I never read the Bible. I didn't know. So then I spent 6 months and read the Bible from front to back. And like I said, I retained things. So she'd quote stuff and like,
That's not what it said.
that's not what it said.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize it at this point, but when I'm in a relationship, I am all in.
Hmm.
And if I don't feel you're all in, I start to have a little resentment. So I start sabotaging.
Mm.
Didn't realize I did that until 2, 3 years ago.
Mm.
So I did the same thing with somebody I started dating then. And then I realized that's what I'm doing. It's like I would cause fights. I would start them because it's like my way of, oh, I don't feel that I'm getting what I deserve and you're not in it all the way. So let me just be an asshole and try and self-preserve myself, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Interesting. And you're just
just recently, within the last couple of years, realized that I did that.
wow.
Mm.
Where do you think that comes from?
Don't know.
Yeah, right. That's a,
I have no clue. It's a weird thing.
but I'm assuming when you pinpointed it and you were like, "Dang, I'm doing that." Like you
Yeah,
probably thought back and went, "I used to do that
yeah.
before
I
too."
that's I went when I realized that's what I was doing or what I did with her. So I sat and thought about it for one day, and I'm like, huh. It was like a ding ding.
Yeah.
I caused that with her, with the second wife. I mean, I'm not saying I was totally to blame. She wasn't totally to blame. She was. It all happened fairly quick.
Mm.
We were dating. We were together for what, 9 months, a year, something like that. Her dad lived in Germany. We got engaged literally like a week before he came to town. And he was here for a month. Nothing was planned, nothing was set in motion. We didn't even live together at this point.
Yeah.
Um, we were engaged, and her being as religious as she was, and her dad was, I believe, a theologist, and he worked for one of the religious schools, colleges in Germany. Like his job was taking people to all the old churches in Germany, which has some really, really old churches.
Yeah.
Um, it was really important to her to have her father walk her down the aisle of being married, as she had never been married before.
Mm.
So it was bang, 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 bang. I was just trying. I was like, Oh, I asked her to marry me. She said, "Yeah, I plan on marrying her. It's just happening a whole lot faster
Yeah.
than
Dad's in town, let's run it. Yeah.
let's dad's in town, let's run it, just like you just said." We were married for 2 weeks before we even lived together.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I don't recommend that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't care how long you've known somebody, how well you know somebody, you do not know somebody and they don't know you until you live together.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can try and deny it all we want, but we try to put our best foot forward.
Mhm.
But then when we're at home and we can let our guards down and just be who we are, that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
And she was still a good person. She was a good girl. I do She's like one of the few people that I've ever dated in my life that I miss from time to time.
Yeah.
I don't like talking about her though, because it bothers me. Because, like I said, after realizing I was the one that pretty much caused that to be done. It was well, back to how that happened is everything was so fast, you know, all my stuff was in our new place.
Mhm.
She only had some of her stuff.
Mm.
So I always felt like
It
she
wasn't all
she
in.
only had one foot in the door.
Yeah.
It's like all her stuff was still at, her other place, and I never felt like she was in as much as I was. So I hurt my feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I just would poke and started being kind of an asshole and just picking fights. And after I figured that out, I tried to reach out to her because I wanted to, hey, this is something that I just realized happened. I wanted to apologize for. And I stopped myself. I don't know why. So I went through I went through and I found her phone number online, and it's funny that I had to get in contact with her because I was getting in December, I was going to visit my son in Sasebo, Japan, so to get a passport, they need for some reason needed to know your last spouse, their name and hometown where they were born.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's just weird. Well, I wouldn't call her. I had my mom call her and ask her those questions. And she gave her the information, and that was it.
You coulda called her.
I could have called her, yes. And
Oh, buddy.
I was afraid. It's like, I mean, like when I asked her to marry me, I was so nervous and so out of usual. She thought I was trying to pick a fight with her.
Really?
Yeah, because I had everything planned out. And it wasn't romantic, but it was meaningful.
Sure, yeah.
Like one of our first dates was going to see I Love the '80s. It's a local to Michigan band that covers '80s covers.
Mhm.
Everything from, Vanilla Ice to Metallica, the Tone Loc, and everything in between. Well, that was one of our first dates, and we had a great time. So they were having a show at is the Magic Bag in Royal Oak
Mm.
or Birmingham? Ferndale. No. One of them, places over there, whatever is a venue.
Yeah.
So they were having a concert, so I did it there.
Mm.
And she thought it was weird because I had people showing up and, like made sure my sister was there and Mike was there, Angel was, it was just couple of her friends were there, and she was like, but I was being weird. I was about to do something that was
Yeah.
scary as shit,
Yeah.
and she thought that I was trying to cause a fight because I wasn't being forthcoming about things, and I was being secretive, and so I was trying everybody there knew what was going on.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to keep it to where she don't know.
Literally everybody knew what was
Yeah,
going on but her.
everybody, yes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
the energy was weird for her.
I
She is
think the band
everyone
even knew.
Really?
I think so.
That's cool.
And shit, we've seen them in 3 or 4 different times. They'll play different festivals. "Oh, they're there, let's go."
Yeah.
It's like they just had so much fun, and they sounded good, especially for the vast, uh, genre that they did. They did it all.
Yeah.
It's like and depending on what they were doing, a different member of the actual band would sing. They had their main lead singer, but, like, the drummer guy would do certain genres, and
Yeah.
the bass player did certain genres. The bass player was hilarious. He had the most fun of anybody I've ever seen in a band in my life.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man, and I don't wanna pry or, like, make you uncomfortable or anything, but it sounds to me like you maybe should have made those calls for the passport.
Probably,
Mhm.
but when things finally ended with us, I ended them so bad
Mm.
that I tried contacting her a year or 2 later,
Mm.
and she wouldn't respond or answer me, so I was after finding out what I did and why I did it, I was kinda nervous about it. It's like, "Okay, I'm in a really vulnerable place right now, and I'm gonna put myself out there to apologize to somebody that deserves it,
Yeah.
and they're gonna ignore me." So it's like, I'm not even gonna put myself in that position,
Yeah. I get it.
which I should have anyways.
Yeah, I get it. I think, maybe knowing what you just said, and that somebody deserves the apology, you had the opportunity to give the apology, um, regardless of whether you were ignored or not, at least you tried, I guess. But I get it, man.
Mhm,
That's rough, dude. And I've known you a good bit of time. And to be totally fair, I don't know a whole lot of this information. Like,
mm.
uh, you know, this is
Not very
all
many people do. Like I
right.
said, it was a fairly new, I just found it was new information recently that like I said, it was like you see in the cartoons, the light bulb goes off. It's like, huh.
Yeah. So I, I wanna kind of go back just a little bit
Mhm,
because we missed a part that I wanted to touch on just and ask you about. Your first marriage happens. We get 6 months in. That's gone. You have your son, very fresh,
mhm.
young. You said maybe 4-year-old daughter. What's that like? The dad life at that time?
Shitty.
Yeah.
Um, Especially moving into the apartment with nothing,
Hmm.
getting the kids. I would pick the kids up every other weekend. Um, gave whatever I could afford in a check that said Courtney Tyler child support. It was anywhere from 50 to $100 a week, whatever I could actually legitimately afford because I had nothing.
Hmm.
I wasn't making the best of money at the time, rent, and I shouldn't have left the parents' house as quick as I did.
Yeah.
I should have got some things established, got at least went through divorce because my lawyer cost me 12 grand.
Yeah.
So it's like I had those costs, and just the divorce took a year and a half. Um, so it was taxing both emotionally, financially, mentally, it was very taxing. Um, well, during that year or year and a half, I want to say almost a year of it was going to pick him up every other weekend, keep him for the weekend, um, giving her the money that I could. And then a friend of mine moved in with her, a female friend. She was, at the time growing up, or when we were younger, one of my best friends, he got killed, and that was his kid's mother. That his kid was, I don't even think, a year old yet when he
Mm,
died.
okay.
So, and she moved in with her to help Tanya with the kids, and I'm just assuming she needed somewhere to be too. Well, it's like, oh, I work day shifts. You know, my kid's mom worked afternoons. So the friend was there after I got off work. So now it's like 3, 4, 5 times a week after work, I'm going to spend time with my kids too.
Nice.
So that was all working out great and everything was peachy. And then, like I said, about a year after me moving out, I wanted to, 2 years prior to that, I took my daughter to the monster trucks.
Mhm.
She loved it. Well, my son was still too little to go to loud ass, stinky, with
Yeah.
all the fumes monster trucks. Because he was maybe a year old at that time. Yeah, they've got headphones for babies, but just with the fumes and still loud, um, having him and still having to pay attention to her in that situation. What was it? I think it was the Silverdome still.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Ford Field. I don't know because it didn't go. Um, it was one of the last years of the Silverdome, one of the first years of Ford Field.
Mhm.
So I call her and I'm like, "Hey, I would always pick the kids up after I got off work on Friday." So I was like, "Hey, the monster trucks are tonight, and I wanted to take Courtney, so I'm gonna come pick Courtney up, and then first thing in the morning, I'm gonna come back and pick Tyler up." "Oh, I'm going up north to visit the grandparents." I'm like, "Okay, you can do whatever you want. I'm coming to pick kids up." "Well, no, they're coming with me." I'm like, "No, it's my weekend. I'm coming to get my kids. They're my kids too, just as much as yours. I get to spend time with them every other weekend."
Yeah.
There's nothing, no courts involved at this point. This is just something that her and I agreed to while we were getting divorced.
Yeah.
No, we weren't even started the divorce yet. She had told me she had filed for divorce.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lawyer. We're waiting for the divorce paperwork. And I tell her, I'm like, "No, I'm coming to pick them up." She was like, "No, you can't have them. I'm going up north. I'll be there in 45 minutes." By the time I got there, everything in the house was gone. Empty. House was empty. She was packing and moving, and I had no idea. Immediately called her father.
Oh, wow.
It's like, "Do you have any idea where your daughter went? I'm here at the house. It's empty." He's like, "What do you mean it's empty?" And I was like, "It's empty." He's shocked and surprised, and I have no idea, blah, 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 blah. Call her mother. Same thing. It's like, where the hell did they go? Where'd she go?
And she said she was going to visit them.
Right.
Yeah.
So I gave it a week. Still didn't hear nothing. Her mom and dad supposedly hadn't heard from her. Don't know where she's at. So I had the yellow pages. Private investigator.
Yeah.
So I got a private investigator. and he's looking for 2.5 months. I'm out almost $5,000 that I didn't have.
Right.
And got a phone call from a weird phone number. I'm like, they didn't have all the spam calling back then. So
Yeah.
if you got a phone call, it was somebody was calling you. Was this in 03? So I answer it. It was a girl. I forget what her name was, but she said, Carmen? I said, yeah. She was like, you don't know me, but your wife and kids are in Texas.
What?
Right outside of Fort Hood.
Wow.
It was a girl that lived across the street from that she had told the whole situation to, and that girl she couldn't live with herself for letting it happen. She had to get a hold of me to let me know that she was in Texas and where I could find my kids.
So, okay, at the jump from the beginning of this whole conversation we're having, you said that there was a point in time you lived in Philly, Michigan, and I'm going to assume that this is where Texas comes in.
No.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Texas when I was probably 4.
Oh, okay.
My dad got a job outside of Houston, lived there for like 8 months.
Oh, I was like...
He didn't like it, and then came back.
I was like, it's coming together.
No.
Oh, okay. So Texas, and at least someone told you.
Well, she ended up in Texas because, remember all the phone numbers?
Yeah.
And to find out, she was in a military chat room trying to find a military guy. She wanted a military guy.
Wow.
Yep. And that's the guy that she's still with him today.
Oh, okay.
Same guy. Telephone tough guy.
Oh, fun.
He likes to tell fibs that he supposedly beat me up. He told my kids that he beat me up.
Oh, good. I'm sure that sat real well with you.
My daughter didn't tell me about it until later.
Oh.
But he jumped bad on the phone with me a couple times, and we've got face to face and told him I'd beat the brakes off his military ass and not give 2 shits.
Yeah.
Heads down. I'm sorry, man. I was just really upset. But
yeah.
Nothing ever even close came to blows or even physical, but he beat me up. Yeah. I wanted it to happen one day.
Yeah. Well, and I'm assuming, are they still in Texas?
No, they're in Maryland.
Okay.
Well, he was stationed at Fort Hood.
Yeah.
I ended up finding out all kinds of it. I could have made his life hell.
I'm sure.
He took another man's wife and kids while he's active in the military across state lines. That's like a big no-no in the military handbook. I had his command sergeant major's personal phone number.
Oh my God.
I had the girl that helped me do all this. Her husband was in the military, and he's telling me all this stuff because they thought it was just shit. They thought, it's like...
some good people out there just like, you know what?
It's like, how are they just going to take this dude's kids?
Yeah.
So, when I found out where they were, I went back to my lawyer. He did a scan in the courts or whatever. Nothing was ever filed for divorce. That's the only reason she didn't go to jail for parental kidnapping. Because if a divorce would have been filed for, she wouldn't have been able to leave the state with the kids.
Holy cow.
But as the judge said during our divorce, you guys were married. She went on vacation. She just didn't come back. There's nothing I can really do about it.
Never mind a whole new life and
Yep.
all that. Wow.
Well, it was after 90 days, she became a legal citizen of Texas. So the state of Michigan no longer had jurisdiction over her. The state of Michigan still had jurisdiction over the minor children.
Yeah.
So I listened to my lawyer. I shouldn't have listened to my lawyer on this fact. Because, you go on somebody's property in Texas, they can shoot you.
Yeah, right.
It's like just going on their property.
Yeah.
They were, because there's a law in Texas about horse thieves. Well, horse is now, it was a mode of transportation back then.
Yeah.
So now they look at vehicles the same way. I thought he was trying to steal my car.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Simple as that. He's dead.
Yeah.
Right there, sorry.
Yeah.
And he's in the military, active. They're not going to not believe him.
Sure. Yeah.
Until they find out who I am and all that. And they're like, huh, what really happened? But I didn't want to cause problems. I just wanted to be divorced and see my kids.
Yeah. Seems simple enough.
So my lawyer told me for me to file for divorce and go down and have her served. What I should have did is went down, grabbed my kids, came back, and then filed for divorce.
Yeah, because she had them.
She had them.
Yeah.
And she was not an unfit mom, so they couldn't justify taking them from her.
Right. She did something really screwed up.
Yep.
But yeah, at the end of the day, the kids aren't in danger.
No.
Yeah.
She was not an unfit mom. She was never a bad mom. She made some questionable decisions, but she was not a bad mom. So that's what I did. Is I filed for divorce and went down there, and I was sitting across the street in those people's house, drinking a beer and smoking a joint, when I watched the constable go and my daughter's the one that answered the door.
Oh, wow.
Then her mom came to the door and didn't want to open it because she didn't want to be served. Well, the constable knew she was who she's supposed to be. So, plain as day, he's like, well, you've been served, and laid it on the porch and left.
Wow.
So then I watched her open the door and pick it up.
And did she know you were there?
Yeah. She didn't know I was across the street, but she knew I was in Texas because I had gotten a hold of her. And I want to see my kids, so
yeah.
I'm coming to Texas and I'm going to see my kids.
Yeah. Did she ever ask you how you figured out they were there or anything?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, because that's wild.
No.
At some point she had to go, how does he know? It's not like she told you.
No.
Right?
It was still her friend, so I don't think I snitched her out. I may have. I don't know.
That's crazy. And they let you in the house to watch it happen.
Oh.
Dude, that's wild. Mm-hmm. That is a wild... Okay.
Directly across the street. Directly would be across your street here watching over here.
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. So all this happens, man. And how do you guys, at that point, you get a divorce, I'm assuming, an official one.
At that point is when the year and a half took for the divorce from that point on. The divorce had went through. He was not re-enlisting. So his 4 years or 3 years or whatever it was up. He was from Maryland. They had to have my permission to move. Because to move more than 100 miles, you had to have the other person's permission to move those kids. Yeah. I tell them all the time, you can move anywhere you want as long as it's closer. Well, to get to Fort Hood, Texas, was a 22-hour drive. Maryland was a 10-hour drive. Of course you can move there.
Yeah, right.
Um, he had a job offer in Alaska. No, absolutely not. You already made it. I fought and had to go through hell and back basically just to be able to talk to my kids. I was only allowed to have the home number. Almost would never answer the phone. I took her back to court probably 4 times just over that because she would not. It was court ordered. It had to be court ordered that she was to be at home with the kids for a minimum of an hour. Wednesday afternoons from like 5 to 6, and Saturday mornings from 9 to 10. Because when she was home, I'd talk to. Well, at the time I was only talking to my daughter because my son's like a year and a half old at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. He can't talk. And he'd get on the phone and make his little baby sounds, and I would, what dads do when they're face to face, but it's nothing coherent.
Right.
So I'd talk to my daughter, and many times, hey, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. Oh, mom says I gotta go. We're leaving. So I would keep journals of every time I called. And then it gets to the point where I'd leave messages on the answer machine. They either her or him would come home and erase the answering machine, and then go over to it. And nope, he didn't call. Nope, he didn't call. Because Courtney would ask, well, you didn't call? The next time I talked to her.
Yeah.
It's like, I called you 40 times this week. What do you mean? I've left 20 messages. No, they played the voicemail. There was no answering. There was no voicemail. There was nothing on the answer machine. She's 5, 6 years old. She doesn't really understand other than the fact that when they put, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So I have phone records, which all will come into play in a little bit. But I have phone records. I have court orders. I have all everything in black and white, in a bank box. It has everything in it. Which my daughter was old enough to know me as dad.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
Him and her both tried to, I was the most evil person in the world. I didn't want nothing to do with the kids. Tyler knew. He don't know any different. He didn't know me as dad. So he grew up believing all that. He didn't think you were he didn't even want you. He had a paternity test done during the courts, which is true. I did have a paternity test done, but I didn't have it done. The courts did.
Right.
Because during the divorce, she had admitted that she was screwing around on me. In the time frame that Tyler was conceived.
Yeah.
That was in the court. So courts ordered the paternity test.
Yeah, they needed to know. Yeah.
It wasn't me. I have all that in court orders. So skip quite a few years. Tyler's 17 years old. He's grew up. I don't want nothing to do with him, blah, 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 blah. We didn't ever really talk, so we never had a bond.
Yeah.
Still had it with my daughter, this, that, and the other. He was at his grandmother's house around the corner from my house, which is her mom's. And he started asking her questions. She's like, call your dad. Ask him. So we did. And I'm like, where are you? He's like, at Grandma's. I'm like, in Flat Rock? He's like, yeah. Which that was another court order that if they were in town, I was to be made aware.
Yeah.
if they were in town for 2 days, I was to be made aware, and one of those days was mine.
Yeah.
You know, because she had all her family was Rockwood, Gibraltar.
Yeah. Down the street. Yeah.
Right down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, there was many times that they were in Michigan and I never knew.
Oh no.
Many times. Well, he started asking me questions, and I told him, like, Tyler, I don't care if it makes me look good or bad. I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
Yeah.
But everything you're asking me, I don't have to answer you. I have paperwork.
Yeah.
I was like, would you like to see it? I can come pick you up right now. So I went and picked him up.
Holy smokes.
Brought him over to the house. Sat him down. I went out in the garage. I grabbed the bank book, or the bank box, and I just handed it to him.
Have at it, buddy.
Yep, and I sat right there and just watched him. You know, he started reading it like this. Everything, flipping through. By the time he's done...
Mm-hmm. Everything he knew was wrong. Yeah.
And it was still hard to process for him.
I'm sure.
Because, yes, he's seeing it in court documents that everything he was told is wrong. But it was everything he was told by his mother that he loved for all these years. It was still hard to process.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything. And then him and his mother got into it for a few months later. You know, like right after he graduated. He lost it. You could say whatever you want, but at least I didn't lie to you about my dad for 17 years.
That's crazy.
She lost her shit, he said.
That's crazy.
He called me and told me she lost her shit.
So, how old is Tyler now?
23? 24? Yeah, he'll be 25 this year.
Wow. And so he's known the truth for almost 10 years.
No.
Well, he said he was 17.
6 years. So he was 17 going on 18. He was closer to 18.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going on 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, it just got turned 26, and he just turned 24, so it was December.
What's your relationship like now with him?
Work in progress.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's awkward because we don't really know each other.
Yeah.
So it's awkward, but you know, like as soon as I get home from this, he's coming over and we're going up north for a few days together. You know?
Yeah.
It's like we talk. I'm not good at keeping in touch with people, which he had said something to my daughter about that. She was like, he don't really ever call. And Courtney was like, yeah, he's not good at that. He'll call about once a month.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, it's just dad. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against him. It's how he is. And I'm the type of person that's like, I might not talk to you for a few weeks, a month or so. But when I do, it ain't like no time was ever in between. You know, we're just picking up right then.
Yeah.
So it's like, and we'll text from time to time, and like how the whole going up north thing came to be. He was like, hey, he sent me a text, which I was really happy about. He was like, hey, what are you doing February 9th through the 22nd? I'm like, well, I'll be in Traverse City the 9th, 10th, and 11th. What's going on? He's like, oh, my class is about to graduate, so I'm going to take a little leave. Because I forget what the initials are, but it's the equivalent of a drill sergeant, but for the Navy.
Oh, cool.
Is what he is.
Nice.
And what is that? Great Lakes Naval Base, just north of, it's like 45 minutes north of Chicago. Is when he was in Sasebo, Japan, and he was getting that job. Well, that's the whole reason that I didn't go to Japan. I told you I was going to go to Japan in December, and he was like, he called me, he's like, hey, did you get the tickets to come out here yet? I was like, I just got my passport in the mail, I just received it like that day. I'm like, I'm calling tomorrow and getting the tickets. He was like, don't. I'm like, first thing through my head, I was like, oh shit, what's going on? He was like, I just accepted the job stateside. I'll be there in April.
Yeah.
He was like, speaking of, think you could help me move? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, he had a girlfriend at the time. They got married. So it was all her stuff, his stuff. Still had her car, his car. So they put everything in the U-Haul, put her car on a trailer. I drive big trucks for work. It's like, yeah, I'll drive.
Yeah.
It's like, and it wasn't even a big U-Haul. It wasn't the big ones like they have. It was just normal size with a trailer and a car on it. So I flew from home to Boston. They picked me up from the airport. I drove from Boston we came to my parents' house, and then I got all his mother's side of the family and, my side of the family that was there together for a dinner, just for the one night.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't seen them in forever.
Yeah.
And I still get along just fine with all her side of the family,
Yeah.
So then we went from there, and then I drove him home and stayed there for a week and helped him unpack and pull everything in. And it's like, you don't have a grill. We're going to the store. So I went and got him a smoker, and, it's like, got him a little patio set. It's like, here, belated wedding present,
whatever.
housewarming present.
Yeah.
Just Dad being like, hey, let's cook some meat.
Yeah.
It's like, so did that, and then I took a train back home.
How cool.
That's the first time I ever rode a train other than like at Greenfield Village or the zoo.
Yeah.
But took one train from the train station at Great Lakes Naval Base to Chicago. And then I had to walk like 2 blocks in Chicago to go to the Union Station or where the Amtrak is.
Yeah.
And then take that home.
Yeah.
I would do that again in a heartbeat before I drove that. I hate driving through Chicago. It's horrible.
Yeah. But what a cool man.
So, yeah, did that, and now we just it's like I said, it's awkward, it's difficult because I want it to be more than what it is, but I'm smart enough to know it's like it may get there.
Yeah.
But there's lots of years that are missing that it just not it.
Yeah. So. Give it some time, man.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be all right.
So with him living, he's only 5.5 hours away.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I got a little break. I'll go visit him when he's gonna come visit me.
Yeah.
It was like Thanksgiving. He came out. But like I said, he's got his grandparents on his mom's side and aunts and cousins and all. His mother's entire family lives in the Downriver area. It's like, so he's not coming just for me. He's going to visit family. Like over Thanksgiving, he came to have Thanksgiving with his grandparents, and he stayed with them, and he made a day, came and visited me because he was only, I think, 3 days. But he had lots of other people to visit and see. But we went to the gun range and it's like put a lot of lead down range and just had a good time.
Yeah. What about Courtney? What's the relationship with Courtney like?
Oh, her and I is great.
Yeah, because you guys were kind of on the same page the whole time, right?
Yeah, we get along great. With me traveling for work, I'm on the East Coast a lot. I hate the fact she does it, but if I'm like 2.5 hours away, she's like, "Oh, I'm coming to see you." It's like, Courtney, I'm 2.5 hours away. You just got off work. You got to work in the morning. That's fine. Mm. So I was in New Jersey, and where was that? Ridgewood, New Jersey. She was in Elkton, Maryland, which is if you're coming south on 95, the very first exit into Maryland, like the neighborhood she lives in, like part of her neighborhood is in Delaware.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's like hour and 45-minute, 2-hour drive. But I was in New Jersey for a week, so she came up twice. And then, like me and her and 9 of the guys that I work with got on a train and went to New York City for the day.
Yeah.
I saw it once. That's all I needed.
That's all you need. Yeah.
So, yep, this place is way more packed than I ever need to see again. I don't need to come back.
Yeah.
Saw Times Square and got a pound of dark chocolate peanut M&Ms.
Interesting.
Yeah, from the peanut factory. They're saying the M&M factory in Times Square.
Yeah.
So many flavors of M&Ms. It's insane.
Huh.
I didn't know there was. I thought there was always like 5.
Yeah. Shit, forever it was 2.
Right. Yeah. Just peanut or
and
not.
Plain, and that was it.
Yeah.
No, and then there was crunchy. Then there was pretzel, and yeah.
And then what are the blue ones?
Caramel, I think.
Is that what they were?
I think so.
Yeah, and they have them in milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. I like dark chocolates, and I love the peanut M&Ms, so I got a pound of the dark chocolate peanut M&Ms.
Heck
They
yeah.
were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I should have bought 2. But they were $20 for a pound of.
Yeah.
And you're in Times Square, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went with us there, and she's come out and visited quite a few times. And I was in Maryland when I was out there for the weekend, so I rented a car and went up and visited her for the weekend and whatnot. So when the job I have with traveling allows me to be out there and see it. And like I was in Boston, but we have a new building in the Bowie area, which is in between Baltimore and DC. So I was going past her exit often, and so I never able to get like our schedules to match to like for me to stop and have lunch or breakfast or dinner or whatever it was, whichever time I was going. She was either at work or that girl has, like, if you look at her phone, she's probably got like 400 some odd unread text messages, and she was there for a while. She was one of them people that are like doing your social media stuff, 20, 30,000 followers. It's like, I don't even understand what that means. But like her phone would be non-stop, just ding, 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 non-stop.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes you just get overlooked because it got overwhelming. It's calmed down now that she's at her boyfriend, and she's not as up on the social media as she used to be, but it's calmed down a lot. But she used to be wild. She was an adrenaline junkie, so she'd cliff diving and just doing silly shit.
Well.
And she'd post all that stuff and it'd go crazy.
Yeah, people love to see it. Yeah, people like interesting things.
Yeah. Not everybody's interesting.
Well, it's funny is before we sat down and did this, you told me I'm not that interested.
I'm not.
Dude, this was an interesting. I learned a lot about you today that I didn't know before, and I think that a lot of what you shared so far is something that, like, I'd imagine more people than just you have gone through.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm very glad. One, thank you for being honest about it and sharing.
Absolutely.
But also, like, I think that people, somebody else that's in your shoes that could potentially watch this could go, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Good for that dude. I'm glad he has his kids or whatever, because I'm sure some of them don't.
Oh, and I fought and fought and fought, and I was all fought out.
Yeah.
I literally gave up.
Yeah.
Just like, 8 months to a year before I got the first phone call from Tyler asking questions.
Yeah.
It's like, I got no more fight in me.
Yeah.
This has been going on for 16 years. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, he'll be 18 soon. If he ever wants to know, he'll be an adult. He can ask.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
It's crazy. Yeah. Just shy, actually.
Yeah, just shy of being actually 18.
Yeah. Man, that's wild. That's, I mean, it's crazy to think about the millions of different ways this all could have gone.
Oh,
You know, from just maybe you never found him. Maybe that lady never called you.
right.
You know?
I mean, eventually I would have found him because, well, me and her dad were cool. Like, during that time that they were gone and nobody knew where they were, we'd go hang out. We'd go to the bar.
Yeah.
Go get dinner.
Yeah.
Like, just hang out. We lived together for a number of years before that. Just him and I.
Yeah. But they didn't know where she was either.
Her mom paid for the U-Haul to move, and her dad packed it. Yep, that ended every kind of relationship I had with them after I found that out.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Whoa.
He literally just walked in the door from packing her U-Haul at his house when I called him.
And he was cool with just being like, nah.
It's his daughter, I get it, but those are my kids.
I mean, I guess, but like, also...
You're gonna have your child's back.
Yeah.
But it's like, wait a minute. Having it against somebody whose children are involved too, that was the part that I couldn't get over.
Yeah, and they kept up with the lie forever.
Yep.
Yikes. Did you guys ever have...
Nope.
No?
No,
Probably better you didn't.
I just cut. I would have went off.
Yeah, for sure.
And it would have been bad.
Wow, dude.
So it was better that I never said anything.
Wow, yeah, I was wondering how that... Because I know that at the beginning of the story you were like, yeah, I called and...
See, her mom and I were never close, so that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Me and her dad were close. The fact that he lied to me about that hurt.
Yeah, and as a dad to a dad.
Right.
Regardless how close you guys were.
Mm-hmm.
Like dad to dad, like that, you know.
You know, I get that he was having his child's back.
Yeah.
But what about my children?
Yeah.
You know, that's...
his grandchildren.
Right.
Oh, dude. That's insane to me.
So, like, her mom and I never liked each other.
Yeah.
But we always respected each other.
Sure, yeah.
That's why when he started asking questions, his grandma's like, call your dad. You know, because she respected me as a father figure.
Yeah.
Because she knew I was always do anything I could for my kids. So she told him to call me.
Yeah. Man, I just... I can't imagine the conversation daughter to parents, like your ex to parents. It's like, hey, I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to go to this many states over, which is 20 plus hours.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, she had to have told them she had a different dude. And that's why she was doing it. And then...
I'm sure he was there.
Yeah. And then after all is said and done, but I'm not telling Carmen.
Right.
And no one thought to go, hey, maybe don't do that.
Right.
Like that, man, that's... I'm really glad it worked out the way it did.
It was a lot harder than I wanted it to be, but...
Yeah, sounds like it.
It's... Like... Oh, if this ever gets... I mean, it's going to get out, but... My daughter kicked my ass. I've always had her back. You know, it's like... I had to parent different because I'm on the phone.
Right.
You know, especially when she started getting in her teens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was supposed to have them every other holiday, from 1 week after they got out of school, till 1 week before they went back to school for the summers.
Yeah.
Well, I was that age once. You know, that went on a few years, And then they started talking about their friends and stuff they wanted to do in the summer. I was that age. I understand that.
Yeah.
So you look forward to doing these things in the summer with no school with your friends. I get it. So I could have made them come. But then I thought, it's like, they're going to fucking hate me.
Yeah.
They're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
So I didn't. And that's when I started, like, really losing it. It's like, because now I wasn't seeing them in the summer.
Yeah.
You know, this Tyler's 11, 12, Courtney's 14, 15, you know, stuff in those areas. And that's where it's, and then, like, say Courtney getting in trouble. I would tell her, well, they're right. But I couldn't come down on her for it. What's she gonna do? Get pissed off, hang up the phone, and I don't talk to her again for however long?
Sure. Yeah, that's tough, man.
So I had to be different. Like when she was getting ready to graduate, her mom and the guy told her, either you're going to school, you know, to college, or you're going to the military.
Yeah.
You're not just, well, she didn't want to do either. And I told her, I'm like, Courtney, you know, they're right. You should do one or the other. But it's your life.
Yeah.
You know, you want to flip burgers for the rest of your life, 100% support you.
Yeah.
It's a bad decision. You're going to make your life way harder than it needs to be. But you know how I feel about it. That's all that's going to be said about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew I would always tell her how I felt, but I wouldn't nag about it. I wouldn't harp on her about it. And she's made pretty good decisions on her own. She rolled her car once. I'm talking to her while she's in the hospital right after she rolled her car.
Mm-hmm.
She told me what happened. Sounded a little funny. So then when I didn't hear anybody talking in the background, like, you by yourself? She's like, yeah. I'm like, so what really happened? Well, she went on to tell me what really, which was all very similar to what she said, but
it's a couple details.
Just a few details that weren't there.
Yeah.
I almost drove to Maryland to beat her ass. She got hit on. She was on her motorcycle. She rides a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
You know, she, like I said, adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
She got hit on the freeway. So I find out she's got an accident on the motorcycle because she's posting on Instagram the pictures of her road rash from head to toe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was. What the?
Oh.
Yeah. She was. When we get done, I'll grab my phone and show you. She was road rashed up pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like the whole reason I have Instagram or even Snapchat is because that's where they do the kids do most of their stuff. So that's how I see what's going on in their life.
Yeah.
And they know that. So it's not like it's a secret thing. You know, they know I have Instagram and they know I have Snapchat, but it's only basically to
see them. Yeah.
Because I guess Facebook's not a thing amongst the young people much anymore. It's a Snapchat, Instagram, and there's some other weird one that I'm not ever gonna mess with because I don't even remember the name of it.
It's fair. Dang, man. I mean, I think it's crazy to think. Like, again, this is part of why I love doing this. It's like, you know, I've known you a long time, and I just got to know you a whole lot better.
Mm.
And, like, if we didn't sit down and have this conversation, I would have never known, you know?
Yeah, there's not many people that actually know this whole... Like, Mike knows this entire story.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's been your friend forever.
He's been a part of it.
Yeah. It's just, it's so wild, man. Like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Like, your story just now felt like a movie. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm
I
like,
don't
what
know
happens
about a
next?
movie.
What happens next? You know, like, does he get the kids? You know, and like, it's great. I mean, I'm glad that Tyler got in touch with you. I'm glad that he didn't just like accept what he was told and not get at least a little curious, right?
Well, it even goes a little further with Tyler. You know, it was after he was told that, it didn't really register.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him. You
No.
know, it's like you're the person, your mom, you love her to death, and she's told you one thing your whole life, and now you're just bombarded with all this information. It's like, is it real though? You know, it's
Yeah.
like, um, well, he was dating that girl, and in the process of dating the girl that eventually he married, he's telling her this stuff because he's still trying to make heads or tails of it, which is perfectly understandable.
Sure.
And she's been around and she's heard, you know, his mom, oh, they absolutely just dogged me. I did this and I did that and I was never there and I was never blah, blah, blah. Well, she's heard that. And then after Tyler talking to her and explaining, because he's conflicted at this point.
Sure.
About everything he legit read from court. She was the one that was kind of in his ear. You know, give him a chance.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the worst that can happen? She's like, the worst that can happen is he proves that they were telling the truth.
And you did the opposite of that.
Right.
Which is awesome.
It's like, so, you know, it's just, you know, like him marrying her. Oh, they were all against it. I'm like, hey, it's your guys' life.
Yeah.
Do you make each other happy? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, they ended up being right. It was bad. Within like a month of them living together, he's like, I'm done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're already divorced now.
Oh, wow.
And it was this past April that they like moved in together. They lived together for like a month.
That story sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it was the funny thing is his mom would tell her all the stuff about his soon-to-be wife that she didn't like, and she saw through it all because she did the same things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
But his girl, oh, she had me fooled. I thought she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, she might have been, but
she just, I guess behind closed doors, she was just a different person. Like I said, you don't know anybody until you live with them, and they lived together a month, and it was like, yeah, no.
That's so funny.
Like,
I mean, hey, if nothing else, you and Tyler have the same ability to go, this isn't for me,
right?
And just be cool with it, you know.
I actually, once the decision was made for me, then I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But for me to be the one, yeah, this is not working by. I think I have a hard time letting things go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think I possibly caused the arguments and the fights after the resentment is formed. So you leave.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then it also could be that I could somehow it's your fault instead of mine.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
Well, and I think too, maybe a little bit of I don't know, man. I mean, your first marriage, and then what she did after the fact with your children could have you second guessing just about anything.
Oh yeah.
So
I learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I learned what I don't want.
It's got to affect you too.
Okay.
You know, like in the future of making decisions, or if you feel like any little thing is off in a situation, it's probably easier to just be like, I'm gonna ruin this before it ruins me.
very well possible. Could
You
be.
know, it makes sense to me, and hey man, that's
Well, I was devastated. Not because we split up, about the kids.
yeah, sure,
It was like, oh, you're done. Like when I met the new dude, I walked right up to him. First time I met him, I walked right up to him, shook his hand. I was like, congratulations, she's your problem now.
yeah,
And he just looked at me like, what the hell what is it? So you'll find out.
yeah. I said what I said.
I said what I said. She's your problem now.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's
It's like, and he had it in his mind that I wanted her back. Like, oh, he had to monitor phone calls. Like, he had to be the one to answer the phone to make sure it wasn't somebody else for her. It's like, what? He's a control freak.
well.
He's brand new military, so he was living what he was being taught.
Yeah, but I also I gotta say, man, if I had a relationship like this with someone who just moved across the country, took some dude's kids, dipped on him,
What
didn't
makes
say
me
nothing.
special is she's not going to do it to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like to be a little controlling in that situation may be valid, maybe a little valid. I don't recommend any of it, but it may to feel that way at least is probably pretty valid.
Yeah.
Wow, man, this you might need a movie. This would make a good movie. I feel like. No. Well, okay. So I mean, man, we went from pretty regular degular childhood to an interesting sort of school situation to this wow moment. And so what I'd like to do, and this is something that I kind of started recently. Originally when I was like kind of coming to the end of these things and we were kind of doing the sign off and whatever, I would do this like rapid fire question thing.
Okay.
And that was fun and all that. But because, this is us going through the chapters of your life. And we're getting a little peeled onion. In the book of Carmen, we flip through our chapters. Now we're at the chapters that have no writing on them.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Oh, if I had ambition and wasn't so damn lazy, I would figure out something to do that I loved to do, and then figure out a way to monetize it so I'd never have to work again.
Well, yeah.
But right now, it's like, I do have a very good job.
Yeah.
I don't like the traveling aspect of it, but it also allows me, the type of work allows me to be off a few months out of the year to be able to go and do things.
Yeah.
I would eventually either need to move up to get out of the physical aspect of the job. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm not going to be able to do and I'm in heavy construction. I'm not going to be able to do the physical aspect for who knows how long. I've never really thought about what's next. The closest thing to what's next is trying to build a relationship with my son that was never there.
Yeah. Sounds like you're already on your way too.
That's the closest to what's next. And I really hope there's another 2008 housing market crash so I can buy a real nice house for cheap. Because in 2008, I didn't have the cash, the job, nor the credit to do it. No, I have all those things, so it's like, let it happen again.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready this time.
No, I want to get I want to get a $500,000 house for 120 grand.
Yeah.
A lot of people did it.
Yeah.
And then 10 years, 12 years down the road, it's worth 500 grand again. So you sell it, and now you're sitting on $380,000 profit. Now you get the house you're going to stay in the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You find something that's 700 grand and you put 300 down on it. So, and then you got the other, how many ever, I mean, for ease of numbers, just, it's like, oh, I sold it for $350,000 profit.
Yeah.
$275,000 down on a newer, nicer, going to be the house because it has the 40 acres that I want because I like to hunt. I don't want to have to go up north. I want to hunt my own property.
Yeah.
Got the pole barn that now I got to fill with toys. You know, I need the four-wheelers and the side-by-sides. And, oh, I have one motorcycle, but I need 3 more.
And don't forget, there's got to be a place for all the guns and all the equipment.
Oh, all the guns. There'll be a vault built into a spare bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be like a bank vault.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then take 75, 80 or whatever, and that's make it mine. You know, I'll redo the kitchen, you know, like whatever. Or don't get the expensive house, just find a nice house for less.
And put all that money into it.
Or put all that money into it, or buy my new car, buy it outright. Oh, gonna need a few toys and a new truck, buy those outright. It's always good to have hopes and dreams.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting to me, though, that I said, what's next for Carmen? And you said, I really hope there's a housing crash.
It's coming. I want it to come again, though.
Well, man, I really enjoyed the conversation. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely.
It was also really cool to have you here and to visit and golf today.
Loved it.
So I guess the next time that I see you, I probably, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to spend some time in Michigan soon.
Okay.
Because there are several people that have reached out that want to be a part of this. And
I brought my happy ass. They can bring theirs.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know, not everybody has the months off work.
Right.
So, and you get to go see my mom and dad, see my
Yeah.
brother and stuff anyway. And this stuff's pretty portable. I can bring it with me and whatever, and we can keep it rolling. But, you know, maybe we, let's hope that, you know, for my sake, I'm hoping the market doesn't crash because I just bought my house. And, on top of all that,
Yeah, but you don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon.
No,
So by the time you get ready to get rid of it, it'll come back up.
Yeah, that's fair. But all that said, man, thank you. And maybe we'll check back in. You know, that was something I learned one of the episodes I shot recently. You know, it's cool. When I started to ask the question about, like, what's next, that gives you an opportunity to come back and tell me.
Right.
Which I think is cool, you know? And so it doesn't...
I won the lotto!
Yeah, no, I just think it's cool because, like, if this whole point of this is to talk about, like I said, the 1,000 lives, the peel of the onion, how did we get from here to here and here to here and here to here, and how did we wind up here? And then there's always a next.